Yeah, that album comes out, goes 4 times platinum. I mean, almost no human being will know that level of success with an album. Can you try to put into words what your life was like at the peak of that album?
I think at the peak of that album, it was wonderful. Like, it was great. It was wonderful to be playing larger and larger stages, and traveling all over Canada, and traveling elsewhere, going to Britain, it was wonderful. But it was really, for us, kind of one foot in front of the other. We toured constantly. We didn't have apartments. I remember renting an apartment for a month when we got a month off tour in Vancouver, living with our road manager. I had a piece of foam on the floor, and we had a toaster oven. We didn't even have a television.
The necessities.
Yeah, it was like, we're going to be out of here in a month. So I remember it as, slightly, there was kind of a level of squalor in the van and in the constant touring that maybe our band houses when we were students prepared us for.
And was it overwhelming to have so much success at such a young age, or did you feel like you were ready for it?
I can't say it felt overwhelming. I think everybody felt differently about it. I imagine it was more overwhelming for David, because being the face of the band, he's going to experience a lot of good things, but a lot of negative elements to that as well. The suddenly not having as much privacy, not having, being constantly recognized, that sort of thing. But we loved it. It wasn't a matter of, are we ready for this? Are we going to, it was just, this is what we want to do. What happens next? What do we do next? Hey, Keith, what do we do next? Right?
Yeah, what's on the schedule today?
What do we do? Like, we had to finally, with Silver, we had to put a pin in the balloon and say, we cannot tour anymore. We actually have to go back and make our second record.
Is it true that Silver costs like $4,000 Canadian because you guys recorded it yourselves before it got picked up by a major label?
Probably not. I'm sure that it didn't cost much in terms of what we actually laid out as a band to record it. Yeah, it could have been about $4,000. I mean, the making the record, the bones of the record, that's fairly accurate, actually, because we would sneak into 8th Avenue Sound at night, record, get out, go back in whenever we could. I mean, we didn't have any money,
Back in the mid 90s, where labels were making more money than ever, the budgets they had for albums were insane. So I think that if the album cost you guys, let's say $4,000, and it went 4 times platinum, that might be the most financially successful Canadian album of all time. What do you think?
I have no idea. There were a lot of albums that did, sold a lot of records. It's quite possible.
But they might have cost $400,000 to make, right? So even though they might have gone 6 times platinum, they didn't get, as many times a return on investment.